Hello everyone, in today's video I'm gonna share another dish that my mom made for me. It's a pastry and it looks exactly as what you see in the picture, so we'll see how close I can get to that. It's called Tikvenik or Banitsa with pumpkin in sort of English Bulgarian. Anyway, it is very delicious and here is what you're going to need. So I ran into some challenges and I will explain all, but I will start with you need a pretty good size baking dish where you're gonna bake the tikvenik. You will need phyllo dough, and my mom only used one packet, but I'm going to use two because this one is way shorter than over here in the video. You can see I filmed mom making it, so you can see how much larger hers is. So I'm probably gonna use both packets that are in here and hopefully it's enough. You will also need sugar, and I am using, you will need quite a bit of sugar. However, I'm using monk fruit sweetener, but if you don't have a problem eating regular real sugar, just substitute that with real sugar, but I have to use monk fruit sweetener. And you will also need cinnamon and an oil of your choice, and I would recommend less flavored oil, so olive oil, it's a little bit stronger for this dish. I'm using avocado oil. Mom was using sunflower oil, which also disagrees with me, but you can use it if you're okay with it. And you will need about half of the size of this pumpkin, so, or squash as we call it here. In Bulgaria we call it pumpkin. I have a feeling I'm gonna need the whole thing, but because it does look smaller than what my mom used, here in this video you can see what she was using. So I'll shred the whole thing, and I'll see, it has to be shredded, so I'm gonna use my processor, or you can shred it by hand. As you see, at home we shred it by hand, but I'll use this one. And you will also need, I think I covered everything but the walnuts. You will need walnuts, and in Bulgaria we have these little machines, these little gadgets that are just for that, for grinding walnuts for pastries. And I did find them on Amazon and I forgot to order one, so you can also just smash the walnuts with a hammer in a Ziploc baggie, but I will try to use this. It has a shredding attachment. There is the shredding attachment, so I will try to use this for the walnuts. We'll see how it's going to work. So I will start by shredding the walnuts. We'll see how that works. And you need about, I will show you now. Well, here in this video you can see how much walnuts mom used, so I'll try to come up with the same amount. Alright, let's see how well this food processor works for walnuts. A little bit noisy. Ooh, that's pretty good. Fill up my little thing. And even if you grind more walnuts than you need, you can just store them for later. Because if I have pumpkin left and I have walnuts left, what a great reason to make another tikvenik. Alright, let's do this again. Oh wow, that's awesome. And I think that is just about enough. Alright, I'm gonna transfer the walnuts in a bowl just to make sure. I think they're enough, but we'll see right now. And well, it's a little more than enough, but that's okay. Now the next step is to shred the pumpkin. And I'm gonna start by peeling the squash. My mom was doing it with a knife, but that just looked so dangerous. So I'm just gonna use the potato peeler and kind of peel until I only see orange. Alright, I'll finish peeling it and I'll be right back. Next, I'm gonna cut the squash in manageable size pieces so I can put it in the food processor. Clean the ends first. Alright, look at that nice rich orange color. This one looks really good. To avoid injuries, I'm gonna slice it in half first. Oh my gosh! This guy has no seeds. Did I buy the wrong thing? In Bulgaria there are seeds in here. Oh my gosh. Oh no, there they are. Oh, thank God. I thought that I bought the wrong thing. All right, I'm gonna take a spoon and scoop those out. All right, those take a little time to clean, so I'll clean them up, guys, and I'll be right back. We're back in business. All right, next. So this morning I showed Mom, just a little bit ago, I did FaceTime with her, and she said that that's too much pumpkin or squash and I should use just half of it. But watching the video I took in Bulgaria, this one it's way smaller, so I'm just gonna shred the whole thing. And I'm gonna use my little gadget here and see how it works. This is looking pretty good, so I'm gonna continue shredding and I'll be right back. All right, based on what my mom has going on right here, I think this is the perfect amount. But if there is any left, I'm just gonna double the recipe and I'll make another one tomorrow. Oh, look at this wonderful, yeah, this is really close to the, maybe a little more than what my mom had. Yep, looks about right. It looks really good. All right, we're gonna start with the Phyllo Dough now. Okay, the first thing my mom did, and actually this is my mom's, well, I took it from her because she wanted to throw it away or something. But it says on the bottom that it was made, this pen, in 1967. So I ate a lot of stuff that was made in here. And I think I put way too much oil. So I'm gonna have to pour it in a little cup for later. So oil the sides of the pan, the bottom of the pan, so there is no sticking. Alright, let me see if any of it, yeah, stuff is coming out. So you shouldn't really have much dripping. Now when it comes to the Phyllo Dough, when you buy it, it's frozen. So it's recommended that you keep it in the refrigerator overnight and then you take it about 3 hours prior to using it. So it's at room temperature. And this is what I did. So if the thing doesn't turn out good, it's not my fault. I'm kidding. Alright. I'm so nervous because these things can break. You see how much smaller those are than what Mom had? Way smaller. Way smaller. What did Mom do? Alright, she unfolded it like that. Then she moved it up like that. Okay, and she told me to use 2 sheets. So that's gonna be a little bit tedious. But here, whoa! Holy moly! I made a mess already. So I guess separate them very carefully. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, it's actually my, I don't know, 5th time making something like this, with the last time being like 5 years ago. Alright, let's do this. So here I have 2 sheets, right? Yep. And I'm gonna start, so this is the end of the sheet, so I have to spread about just over half, not 2/3, just over half. I have to spread some shredded pumpkin, just as such. Make sure it's covered everywhere. I have a pretty big size pan too, this, or tray. This baking tray, it's definitely bigger than what my mom uses in the video that I showed you, or I can show you right now. Now some walnuts to spread on the top. About that, you see, I'm not giving you measurements because my mom doesn't give measurements. She just kind of goes and puts stuff. All right, next I'm gonna add cinnamon. That's a lot of cinnamon, but I love cinnamon. So next, here you see how my mom put sugar. She just grabs a handful, which stresses me out. So I'm just gonna use a spoon and carefully sprinkle sugar. I can't just use my hand, I apologize. But if you think you can do it the way Mom does it, go for it. One more thing, gotta sprinkle with oil. Alright, just as such, and then we start slowly rolling it. Oh, that turns out so good. I'm proud of myself. Very, very, very proud of myself. That's perfect. And then I'll kind of put it down with the edge and the bottom so it doesn't unfold, and I'm gonna start rolling it around. So now we take another 2 sheets of phyllo. That is so much fun. Another 2 sheets of phyllo, and we do the pumpkin. And I'm gonna stop recording here in a little bit. I'll just show you one more, and then I'll continue without recording. And see, there is another big chunk of pumpkin here. All right, spread it nicely. And now the walnuts, just sprinkle on the top. I ended up switching pans because the other one I was 2 rolls short of filling it up. So lesson, I need more pumpkin. Next step, you have to preheat the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 150 degrees Celsius. And while the oven is preheating, we will spread just lightly some oil on the top. And since this is the first time that I'm making this in my particular oven, I'm not quite sure how the oven is going to bake. So normally it has to bake for about 35 to 40 minutes. But what I will do is I'll set the timer in 15-minute intervals, and I'll keep an eye on the top, and if the top starts burning, I will cover it with some parchment paper. Now I'm gonna put it in the oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 150 degrees Celsius, for 15 minutes. The total amount, it's about 35 or 40, but I will do it in 15 minutes intervals so I can keep an eye. Alright guys, this is what it looks like. I'm pretty sure it's done, and this is what happened. So I couldn't call mom because it's too late at night there, but I believe she has convection oven and my oven is conventional. So I had it baking at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes and I really didn't see any change. So then I baked it for another 30 minutes at 390 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is when it started looking good. For the last 15 minutes I put parchment paper over it so it doesn't burn, because I started seeing the ends here that are getting brownish. But at this point I'm just gonna let it cool a little bit, and then we're gonna slice into it and have some deliciousness. Alright, it's been a few minutes now and I think it's safe. It's not too hot to slice into the Tikvenik and see what it looks like, and hopefully it looks good. So I'll start slicing this way and just keep going all the way to the end. Alright, and then one more time. Oh, it's so crispy. I love it. And now I'll grab one from the very middle to make sure that it's baked good. Oh, that looks so good. And I'll take a bite. It is fully cooked, but it's so hot. That's why I couldn't say anything. Alright, I had a chance to wait for it for a few minutes to cool down so I can actually taste it. And here is my bottom line. Monk fruit sweetener works just as well as sugar. It has completely melted, so I don't feel the difference. It literally tastes exactly the same as sugar. So if you can't eat sugar, you can definitely use monk fruit sweetener. And it is fully cooked inside. The pumpkin is cooked, the walnuts are nice, the thing it's nice and crispy. I love it. I hope you tried this recipe and I hope you like it. And if you tried, please leave a comment and let me know how you liked it. I would love to hear from you. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.